Blackstone Audio presents John Lennon versus the USA, the inside story of the most bitterly contested and influential deportation case in United States history, by Leon Wildes. This book is read by Malcolm Hillgartner. In memory of John Lennon and my late wife, Ruth Wildes. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. George Santayana. Forward. Michael Wildes. You can have your father back now. I remember former Beatle John Lennon's warm words at the final immigration hearing as if it was yesterday. It was my brother Mark's 9th birthday, and the music legend was sporting a smile, a new suit, and a fresh green card grasped in his hand after a long, bravely fought legal battle. The surreal scene remains etched in my mind. Even as a 12-year-old boy, I knew at this moment that John Lennon was the focus of what seemed like the entire world's attention as we stood outside the Immigration and Naturalization Service's INS Manhattan office. Years later, looking back, I would realize that childhood perception was true. Cameras and eyes were all focused on Lennon, his wife Yoko Ono, and my father, Leon Wildes, Lennon's immigration attorney, the man I literally, both then and now, as a grown man and his law partner, look up to for his brilliance, fairness, temperament, and strength. Because their notoriety limited the Lennons' ability to move with ease, my father would normally meet with them at their home in the Dakota after regular practice hours. But years before the Lennons came into our lives, I was a son who adored his father and clamored to spend time with him at his office at 515 Madison Avenue in Manhattan, the same place in which our practice continues today. After the Sabbath was over, I often joined my father on a Sunday morning at his office just to cut scrap paper and eat sandwiches prepared and wrapped in tinfoil by my mother at the waterfall park half a block away. It's the same lunch spot that my children like to frequent when they visit me at the office decades later. When I was a boy, my father would give me a few law books from my bookshelf at home. Later I would realize those books were my father's way of introducing me to the practice of immigration law by choice, his subtle way of strengthening the foundation of the firm. To date, my father remains the most remarkable man I have ever known. He is my biggest source of inspiration, my role model, teacher, mentor, and, yes, my hero. Those feelings for my father encouraged me to want to follow him into his profession. Since he was a lawyer, I knew I would become a lawyer too. It was that simple. Wherever my father was, that's where I wanted to be. And thanks to God's grace...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?